Hi guys, welcome to Sweet Scripts. On this channel, I'll be sharing my personal experience of studying and working with the Python programming language.
In this video, we'll cover variables, numbers, and strings. In Python, when we create a variable, we're actually creating a reference to an object, a chunk of memory. We assign a value to a variable using the equal sign. A hash symbol is used in Python to create comments in the code. Comments in Python are notes for humans that the computer ignores. So, when we write x equals 2, we're creating a reference to the integer object 2. X equals Sweet Scripts creates a reference to the string object Sweet Scripts. And x equals 3.14 creates a reference to the floating point object 3.14. It's important to remember that in Python, names are associated with objects, not with other names or variables. This code demonstrates that in Python, a variable can change its data type dynamically. It will output the most recent assigned value. Which is a float value of 3.14 in this case. Print is a built-in function used to output messages. Overall, a variable in Python is just a way to store a value in memory so that we can use it later. To comment out a block of code in Sublime Text, you can use the following shortcut. In Python, there are many numeric types, and the most basic types are integers and floating points, floats, numbers. An integer is a whole number, and a float number is a number with a decimal point. In programming, operators in the expressions are evaluated in a specific order, known as their precedence. This is similar to how math works. For example, in the expression 3 plus 2 times 2, multiplication is done first because it has higher precedence than addition. To change this order of evaluation, we can use parentheses to group expressions together. For instance, equals 10 because the addition is done first in the parentheses. Let's assign 3 to the x and 4 to the y. Comparison operators in Python are used to compare two values and return a Boolean value, true or false, based on the result of the comparison. The following are the comparison operators in Python. For example, the expression 2 equals 2 would evaluate to true because the value of the left 2 is equal to the value of the right 2. The expression 5 is less than 1 would evaluate to false. We can write multiple comparisons. Let's say x equals 1, y equals 2, and z equals 3. Y is less than z. Comparison operators are frequently used in control structures, such as if statements or while loops. In future tutorials, we'll explore these control structures in more detail. By the way,
To help you master the art of coding, we will provide homework assignments at the end of each lesson that you can practice what you've studied. If you want to dive deeper and gain access to more complicated problems, detailed solutions, code walkthroughs for your homework, consider subscribing to us on Patreon. You'll find all the relevant links in the description below.
in Python, a string is a sequence of characters enclosed in either single quotes or double quotes. For example, we can access individual characters in a string using their index, which starts at 0 and is enclosed in square brackets. We create a variable msg and set its value to the string Python. We then use the square brackets to access individual characters within the string. Indexing in Python starts at 0, so msg at 0 gives us the first character in the string, which is p. msg at 1 gives us the second character, which is y. At index -1 gives us the last character in the string, which is n. We can also slice a string to extract a part of it. Slicing is done by specifying the start index and end index, separated by a colon. For example, here we create a variable msg that contains the string Python. In this case, slicing the string msg from index 0 up to but not including index 2. So the output of this will be py. Strings are immutable in Python, which means we cannot change the characters in a string directly. However, we can create a new string by concatenating two or more strings using the plus operator. In this code, we define two strings, variables named greeting and name. The greeting variable is assigned the string value hello, and the name variable is assigned the string value sweet scripts. We then use the plus operator to concatenate or combine the greeting and name string into a new string. We can also use various built-in string methods in Python to manipulate strings, such as replacing method to replace a character, converting a string to uppercase or lowercase, and splitting. A method is an action that Python can perform on a piece of data. We create a string variable s and assign it the value good. We then use the replace method to create a new string s1, which is a copy of the original string with all occurrences of the letter G replaced by the letter M. Next, we use the upper method to create a new string s2, which is a copy of the original string with all characters converted to uppercase. Here we use the title method to create a new string s3, which is a copy of the original string with the first letter of each word capitalized. We can use the split method to split a string into a list of substrings. In this code, we define a string variable msg and assign it the value I love solving problems. We then use the split method to split the string into a list of individual words. This method splits the string whenever it finds white spaces and returns a list of the resulting substrings. Using f-strings, this is a newer and preferred way of formatting expressions in Python. An f-string is a string that starts with the letter F and contains expressions inside curly braces. For example, we can assign 51 to a variable age. Then we can say name equals Elon. An F string is a way of formatting a string in Python that lets us add the values of variables to the string by enclosing them in curly braces. This makes it easy to create strings with dynamic values without having to use complex string concatenations or formatting methods. As the saying goes, practice makes perfect. Therefore, I encourage you to try out some exercises related to this topic.
Please feel free to leave comments with any questions you might have about the video.